Women are more than objects of desire. They are nurturers and caregivers, as this week's group of women show us. They may be from a small town in South Africa, but the impact they have is far greater. Assalamu alaikum and welcome to An Nur the Light. We're off to Middelburg to see what the An Nur women's group are made of.
Middelburg may be a small town in the province of Mpumalanga, but the heart of its people is very big. In a bid to add more value to the lives of the Muslim women living here, a group of conscientious sisters started the An Nur Women's Forum.
An Nur is the Middelburg Muslim Women's Forum. The name An Nur means the helpers. We started An Nur in 2002 with the help of the Jamiatul Ulama, when the ladies in the community felt that there was a need for ladies to get together and do some community projects and try and reach out and help others in need. An Nur helps the community at large, be it women, orphans, school children who come to school hungry, old people who need help, a little help with their pensions, and anyone that needs a helping hand.
An Nur, which means the helpers, live up to their name in more ways than one. They have instituted a number of projects that aim to uplift as well as support those in need.
You know, I feel that in South Africa we have two major problems, one being social inequality and the other being poverty. And I feel that's our social responsibility as a forum, for activism, to try and alleviate these two plights in whatever small way we can. So for me, those are two major issues that I feel we should conquer, among other community-based issues as well.
A lot of our projects are a farm school in Vaalbank. There are a lot of pensioners that we give food hampers to on a weekly basis. Our local East Dean school has a lot of children that come from the townships who come in hungry or don't have lunch for the day. And we try to provide that sandwich, a nutritious sandwich, so that they may have something to eat.
Their meetings have become much more than just a talk shop, as they strive to use the time productively. This led to combining programs such as the health and wellness talks and sessions where ladies are given up-to-date information that help in educating them about numerous issues.
We have health and wellness days where we get people coming in, pensioners and older people in the community, even younger people who may have health issues. We do blood pressure tests, we do a diabetes test, we have blood sugar levels, we do high blood pressure as well. And we've just got professionals from medical backgrounds that come in and advise all the people in the community regarding certain health issues. We've also had guest speakers that come in, from oncologists to doulas, you name it. We've got different health professionals that come in to provide their special service as well.
With so many projects happening, it's very difficult to choose one that stands out most. But their work with underprivileged children ranks up there with the best of them. They've taken their direction from the Quran, Surah At-Tawbah. The believers, men and women, are protectors one of another. They enjoin what is just and forbid what is evil. They observe regular prayers, practice regular charity, and obey Allah and His Messenger. On them will Allah pour His mercy, for Allah is exalted in power and wise.
Our religion teaches us to take care of those less fortunate and less disadvantaged than us. And there's a hadith, something to the effect that Allah is in the service of the person who is in the service of humankind. And if you have mercy to those in the world, then inshallah Allah, who is in the heavens, will have mercy upon you. These orphans don't have homes, they don't have parents, they have a difficult life. And we feel if we, once a quarter or as often as we can, we go to the orphanages with, we either prepare a lunch for them with some activities like a jumping castle or whatever. We take some of our children from the community as well so they can see where the disadvantages are in not having parents in a home. And we share our time with them. Another important thing is it's not only about giving of your finances, which is zakat, lillah, sadaqah, charity is an important function of our religion. But even something as small as a smile is seen as a form of charity, as a form of sadaqah. So going there and putting a smile on these orphans' faces and sharing our precious time with them and letting them know that we love them and we care about you is what we feel is our social responsibility as well.
Muslim women in South Africa are truly the best representatives for the religion. They do sterling work in portraying the qualities that all Muslims should strive towards. An Nur once again shows us that the women are the rock that the foundation of Islam is built on by putting the Sunnah of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, into action and living the words of the Holy Quran.
And that is the story of our Muslim community in a nutshell. People who go above and beyond the call of duty, assisting those in need, no matter who they are or where they're from. Maulana Ibrahim Bam is on hand with this week's Q&A.
Beginning by praising the Almighty Allah for the favors Allah has bestowed upon us. Salutations be upon Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, all the messengers of the Almighty and those who follow them in righteousness and guidance. Welcome back once again to the program An Nur, and this is the Q&A segment. Today, given the fact that it is very near school holidays, the question that has come up is, how do we deal with our children during the time of school holidays? There are times when you need to be able to take a break from the responsibilities of life, take a light-hearted moment. Our beloved Prophet ﷺ was an ideal example in this regard. Yes, when the time came to pray, he prayed to such an extent that his feet became swollen by extensive crying and standing in front of the Almighty. Yet, when he interacted with the companions, he used to smile. And the companions said, we never saw anyone smiling as frequently as the Prophet ﷺ. One day, Hazrat Umar radiallahu anhu saw the Prophet ﷺ smiling, and he said these beautiful phrases, أَضْحَكَ اللَّهُ سِنَّكَ يَا رَسُولَ اللَّهِ. May Allah Ta'ala always keep you smiling, O Prophet of Almighty Allah. The Prophet ﷺ from time to time engaged in humor. Very interesting aspects of humor are related with regard to the life of our beloved Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The companions Ali radiallahu anhu, Abu Darda radiallahu anhu have said these beautiful words that the mind also gets tired the way the physical body gets tired. When the physical body gets tired, it rests by going to sleep. When the mind gets tired, it engages in such pursuits, in such activities which are in some way, we could say, light-hearted. And part of traveling, going out for a holiday, going out to go and swim, going out to the beach within the framework of Islamic law, there is nothing wrong with it. It gives us a break from our other aspects, the serious aspects. And it doesn't give us a break completely that we forget about it. We become distracted. What it does is it gives you that a little bit of, freedom. It gives you that little bit of re-energizing yourself to be able to get back to your objectives with greater amount of enthusiasm and energy. The point is how you do it and when you do it. You do it in a way that does not distract you from the remembrance of Allah. لا تلهكم أموالكم ولا أولادكم عن ذكر الله. We never allow anything to distract us from the remembrance of Allah. And when we also do it, we do it within the framework of the Islamic law. Islam, for example, tells us when you go and swim, adopt modesty. So, for example, you would not engage or dress yourself in such a way which would be regarded in Islamic law as something that goes against the framework of modesty. And of course, today, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's fazl and grace, there have been accommodation made with regard to those aspects, with regard to adopting the type of aspects that you can do this also and yet comply to the best of our ability with the commands of the Almighty. So how do we keep our children conscious and active? Remember never leave our children idle. An idle mind is a devil's workshop. Get them involved in, and there are so many wholesome activities which are there. Take them for walks, take them to be able to see game reserves, the aspects with regard to, interacting with nature, interacting with animals. So this aspect, yes, the concept is good. Let us use the concept in a constructive way. Someone has also asked the question, what should I bear in mind when I name my children? Very important aspect. Nabi Karim sallallahu alaihi wasallam had said, keep the names of your children that which is good. Keep your children, the name of your children, that which is wholesome, which gives a good meaning. And part of that, giving that of the good meaning is such that it will give you aspects of righteousness, aspects that you will take pride, the parents will take pride when Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala calls them up with those names. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep our children safe, and may the holidays be one. Not only holidays, let it be holy days, inshallah. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.
It seems this week's episode is all about small towns, as our next topic looks at the Evander Islamic Centre that is being built there. From humble beginnings, the Muslims here are planting the seeds for their future. Let's see what it's all about.
Evander is a small town situated in the Cosmos region of Mpumalanga in South Africa. During apartheid, it was preserved for whites only to live, but times have changed and now there's a more diverse group of people living here. Sasol's main plant is just down the road, and many Muslims who work there have bought property in the town.
About 22 years ago, there was a need for us to establish an Islamic center in Evander. Dr. Ahmad and Ishaq Bhai, our senior, who is still with us, felt that if the nearest town to travel for the 5 obligatory prayers was in Kinross, and it would be very costly and time-consuming, and the idea arose that we should establish a masjid or prayer facilities in Evander, for which Ishaq Bhai offered his warehouse which he had just purchased. And we saw the beginning of the Evander Islamic Centre arise.
For the past 22 years, the Muslim community has been using a warehouse as a place of worship. Here they attend prayers and offer madrasa classes to the local kids.
In 1992, when the Group Area Act went away, and I used to live in Kinross, and I decided to come to Evander, and I bought a house in 13 Columbia Street, opposite the church AGS. After 4 years, I bought a warehouse in 6 Reading Road, which is also at Evander. I had a very good friend that came up to me when I bought that warehouse, Dr. Evander Islamic, and he approached me, can we utilize that Jamaat Khana for prayers? I said, not a problem, you're giving me an opportunity. The second time it happened that he says, we got 50 madrasa students that we can accommodate. I said, that would be lovely. And we accommodated them into 2 of the memberships places, and it was done there. And we interviewed a Maulana by name of Maulana Bilal. We kept him as Imam.
As the community grew, so too did the need for a proper place of worship, and the idea to build an Islamic centre was born. Council approved land and the fundraising started in earnest. To date, the centre has slowly been built as funds are collected mostly from the local community.
The infrastructure that gets to be given or done around such places, the municipality is responsible for that. And we must see to it that we provide clean water, running water, and we must make sure that the land is made available for people like this who are part of the municipality. And we will always support such initiatives.
The effort to realize the dream of having the very first call to prayer sounded from their own mosque has been tireless, but the small group of visionaries who set out to do this remain determined to see it happen.
The need came around when our Jamaat Khana was utilized to its maximum, especially on Fridays, and we found that it was now time to move on and find the necessary space which we have here and put up the structure which would benefit the local township, which is 8 kilometers away and who are traveling another 20 kilometers to perform their salah. And it would make them easier for transport facilities and convenience. It is also on the national route to Standerton, and we have a lot of passers-by who utilize the facilities of a Jamaat Khana or a Musalla as we know it. So here we will be making facilities available for the women, where special facilities are made for them and their children for changing them and making the facility of the kitchen available to them as well. So yes, I think with the growth in this town and the environment, that's where it will really be a boon for the Muslims of the passers-by as well.
The Evander Islamic Centre will be the first of its kind for the town, and the community can look forward to a more than decent place to pray. Prophet Muhammad said, "Whoever builds a mosque in which the name of Allah is mentioned, Allah will build a house for him in paradise."
I've been told by the crew to specifically thank not only the people of Evander, but all the small towns, especially for the hospitality they show us. It doesn't mean we are leaving the big towns behind, but finding a decent meal in a small town can be a bit challenging. That is where these communities come to the rescue. Travel is up next.
The Tsitsikamma National Park is a South African nature reserve that deserves every accolade thrown its way. Green forests run dramatically into wild ocean with rocky shores as a buffer between the two.
This is indeed a haven for both fauna and flora and for visitors alike to come to our shores, basically to experience what national parks first of all are all about and what nature is all about. And I think Tsitsikamma is right at the forefront of that. The pure, unspoiled, natural environment and the fact that it's well looked after, well kept, well managed and well maintained by passionate people and visited by equally passionate South Africans, and that we can also showcase to international tourists what we've got on offer.
Hiking trails beckon the avid hiker, shoreline beckons the fisherman. Breathtaking natural beauty beckons the local and global visitor as everyone descends on the most beautiful part of South Africa.
There's sea kayaking, there's the boat cruises up the Storms River Gorge, going out to the waterfall on day one of the Otter Trail. There's the segways, there's the treetop canopy tours that you can do up in the indigenous forest, up in the village of Storms River. So there's a variety of activities that any tourist basically and the love of the great outdoors can obviously engage in.
Camping sites await the adventurer, wooden huts await for the comfort lover, and nature awaits to fulfill a lifetime of memories. Braai is a South African tradition that cuts across cultures and remains a favorite pastime. At this Port Elizabeth establishment, they infuse their braaiing with a Pakistani twist.
Our cuisine, we're looking to bring in a few different types of foods from around the world. So we've got a traditional Pakistani menu. Our butter chicken has been very good. Our butter chicken has been loved by many. From the barbecue tonight menu, our live barbecue, our tandoori chicken tikkas, lamb chops have been good, as well as our chicken tandoori croissants, which I think meets both worlds together.
From the fire into the tummy is most probably what best describes the journey of this delicious meal. Apart from tandoori meats, there are also various other dishes to try in a relaxed environment.
What we're trying to get is a homely sort of environment for people to come and enjoy their food. That they're not just customers at any takeout or a restaurant, but they're actually guests, my guests, our team's guests. As well as not just having a restaurant or just a takeaway, but a style house type of thing. It fits in with our boutique, it fits in with a bit of a lounge area, as well as the ladies' room, which we are busy developing at the moment, a designer ladies' room where ladies can feel comfortable. If they have to touch up their hair, their makeup, if they have to pray, it's got the attached bathroom so that they have their own space to feel comfortable.
This is proper home cooking enjoyed amongst friends, made for by people who love and care about their food. It is, however, essential to book ahead as they only work on a catered basis. Adventure tourism has attracted many people to our shores. After a thorough briefing on safety, guests are led deep into the Tsitsikamma forest as they ready themselves for a session of blackwater tubing.
Blackwater tubing is essentially a water activity that is done in a single-man craft. Essentially what we prefer is the entire family to go down. It's not anything compared like whitewater rafting, it's basically a family chilled-out experience. Now that is for the half-day excursion. With any activity where there's a level of excitement, there's always a level of danger involved. Now there's a good reason why we take our guides with and not let you go down on the river on your own. So our guides are normally in the danger positions or positions where things can happen, and we try and prevent it that way.
What better way to experience the mighty Storms River than right from the comfort of your own tube? This is real good family fun, and everyone can jump right in.
Our country is a beautiful country, so you get to see a bit of our nature, you get to experience our people, and if you're from outside of our borders, you would want to meet the people, and this is a great way of meeting people while being in a chilled out environment. Our cutoff is basically for kids, it's 12 years old, and the oldest guy was taken down the river is about 70 years old, so that's for the half-day excursion. Our full-day excursion, which is quite a unique excursion, you need a reasonable fitness level for that, because there's going to be quite a bit of jumping across rocks, sliding, climbing over things, and quite a bit of pedaling involved, so there needs to be a reasonable level of fitness for that.
The Tsitsikamma has something for everyone, and no matter how young or old you are, adventure awaits. South Africans love the outdoors, and this region is the epitome of that spirit.
Makes me want to get into my car and spend the next few months on the road checking out all those amazing places. We are done. Time for us to love and leave you. Remember, you can watch all of our episodes on YouTube, and please get your family and friends to do so too. Kinna Mario Mukwanda, kire aribuweri bona na nghabe. Assalamu alaikum.
I turn to you, you are my guide. I'm in despair, in you I confide. I'm calling you, Ya Rabbana. I'm calling you. Emptiness in my heart has swept me away. For so long, oh Allah, I've been lost astray. And though you gave me sight, I was so blind. I couldn't see the signs that you sent to me. I turn to you, you are my guide. I'm in despair, in you I confide. I'm calling you, Ya Rabbana. I'm calling you. I turn to you.